We've got both of these forms open, and you can see the calculating cash to close on both of these are different. The loan estimate has a higher number for the borrower bringing cash to close. This is because we have items that are marked as POC or an adjusted credit, like the aggregate adjustment, that aren't being reflected on the loan estimate as they are on the fee worksheet. So to get those credits on the loan estimate, we're going to need to go to the Payoff and Adjustment tab. You can see this at the bottom of the fees worksheet or the loan estimate. Let's walk through the layout of the Payoff and Adjustment tab. Up at the top, you're going to have credits such as your cash deposit, and you can see this field is gray. This field flows from your section 2 and 3 application, where you can enter credits like your earnest money, and that will flow over to the bottom of your fees worksheet, as well as the lender loan information page 2. So if you do want to edit this one, you are going to need to go back to the fees worksheet at the bottom or over to your loan application section 2 and 3. I'm going to enter $1,000 for our cash deposit. You can see this area with the lender seller credits matches to what we had on the payoff and adjustment screen that we just came from. This area flows over directly from the payoff and adjustments area, so you can make changes there or on the fees worksheet. The second line is the lender credit. You'll see the second box of the lender credit is grayed out. This is an auto-calculated field from section A for any lender credit from the rate. Let me scroll back up and show you that. Up here, you see I have $1,000 as the lender credit. So this is what is automatically taking that $1,000 down to the bottom, since I have the copy as lender credit checkbox checked. The seller credit allows you to enter the seller credit here. Let's go back over to our Payoff and Adjustments tab and see our updates there. So our top matches what we just had on our fees worksheet. Below that, we have our adjustments and other credits. This is where you can put in the credits when you're working with a purchase, such as your paid outside of closing or an aggregate adjustment credit. Let's go back to our comparison with the loan estimate and the fees worksheet, the cash to close area. So our cash to close on our loan estimate is $18,950, and our fees worksheet has $17,450. So the difference between these is going to be the credits that are paid outside of closing and any other credit that we have listed. Let's open up the fee worksheet and see what credits that we have in there. At the bottom of our fee worksheet, it has a total POC line for us, and this will tell us how much we've put in and marked as paid outside of closing on our fees worksheet. So we can put this number directly inside our payoff and adjustments. But I also know we did an aggregate adjustment, and this credit also needs to show up on the payoff and adjustments. Since we're doing a purchase, we're going to put our information in the adjustments and other credits. I'm going to label this one as POC and then type in the amount, which was $500. And then our next one is the aggregate adjustment for $1,000. Let's go over and look at our loan estimate and our fee worksheet. So both our loan estimate and our fees worksheet now match. On the loan estimate side, you can see right above that cash to close the adjustments and other credits that we just added to make that match. Let's switch over and work through a refinance so you can see how that would work in the payoff and adjustments screen. I'm going to go over to our loan estimate and scroll down to our calculating cash to close. Since we're doing a refinance, we need to change this checkbox from standard over to alternative. And now we can open up our fee worksheet and compare the cash to close with what we have on that. On our fee worksheet, we have the borrower bringing $4,450, and over on our loan estimate, we have them bringing $179,050. There's a big discrepancy between these two. So again, we need to visit our payoff and adjustments screen because we need to put in any adjustments, credits, or liabilities that are being paid off. If you're paying off any debts and you don't see them in this table, verify that you have the sync checkbox checked first. This will bring over any liabilities that are marked to be paid off at closing in your application section. If nothing is flowing over, you may need to go back and check your application and verify that the liability has been marked. Let me go back over to our section 2 and 3 and show you what needs to be checked. I'm going to open up my liability here. And in this line, you need to have paid off at closing checked. Back over to our payoff and adjustments screen. Since we're doing a refinance, we're going to put our paid outside of closing item and our aggregate adjustment up at the top area as a negative number. The area at the bottom is only used for purchases, so it wouldn't be read during our refinance in this situation. So I'm going to make this top one my POC and make it negative 500 and make my aggregate adjustment a negative number as well. And now we can go back and look at our loan estimate and our fee worksheet. Both our fees and our loan estimate now show us bringing the same $4,450 to closing. If you have any questions, please reach out to our customer support at 1-800-342-2599.